The only things that you can do to grow a business, to get to 100K a month, to 1 million a month or beyond, is to either get more clients or to make them worth more. So maybe one client is worth you $1,000 and now you increase your price, or you make them buy something else, or refer a friend, or renew with you, or decrease churn, whatever. Now a customer is worth, let's say, $10,000, right? And if you're getting 10 customers, if you get 100 customers, you will make more money. So these are the only two things that you can do to grow your business. And the way that you grow your business is by implementing leverage towards your constraint that's stopping you from either getting more clients or making them worth more, right? Now, let's talk about leverage. Why leverage matters? What is leverage? Leverage is how many things you do something and how much you get for each time you do it. So let's say if I just talk to a camera and I send it to one person individually. I record this video once, and to every single time I record this video one time for every single person that's gonna watch this. Now I have less leverage. If I record this video one time and I can show this to 10,000 people or 100,000 people or 1 million people, I have more leverage because I get more for what I do. So I do this one time and now I'm getting more out of it than just one. So there's a symmetry between my inputs and outputs. Now, the second thing is I can just do more. So if I do this video and many people can see this, if I make 100 videos that many people can see, I have more leverage. So it all comes down to how many times you do something and how much you get per what you do. And to get more for what you do, you need to focus on the things that get you more for what you put in. So if you don't focus on your constraint, you'll still work, you'll still do a lot, but you won't get as much out. If you focus on the right thing, what you focus on matters more than how hard you work. If you focus on the right constraint, you will get more out of it because you are focused on the right thing, okay? And also a second thing of leverage is skills. The better you become, right, the more you get for out of it. For example, if I do 10 sales calls and I close 2 people, or if I do 10 sales calls and I close 5 people, well, I'm making 2.5 times more money. Why? I'm still doing the same amount of 10 calls, but I'm better, so I get more for what I put in because of my skills. So skills are leverage. What you working on the right thing that compounds over time, and identifying your constraint is leverage. Code is leverage. If you can use AI or automations or software that does things for you, that's leverage. Team is leverage, where you have smart people that are working with you on your business so they can help you grow, because now you don't have to do it. You hire the person one time and now they can keep helping you grow for a long time, and everyone wins, right? And media content is leverage as well, when again I record it one time and everyone else sees this. So that's how you apply leverage, right? And how you focus on the constraint to get more clients or make them worth more. So these are the foundations, right? If you actually see this, if you actually understand this, and you think in these terms, you are gonna make better decisions in your business. And again, coming back, right, now you understand what is leverage, why you need to do more and get better, so you can get more for what you put in, and then you do even more to get more even back, why you need to be focused on the right thing that will unlock the flywheel and the compounding, why it is the only way to actually scale so things get better over time, not worse, and they compound, so there's that exponential growth. I gave you some examples, and we understood the importance of focusing on the right constraint, because there's always just one constraint that is the most important, and we need to focus on it to scale to the next level. Otherwise, we will be always stuck. These are the foundations, okay? Now, let's talk about what are some more specific examples. Coming back to the first thing that I said in this video is we need to ask yourself this question. Now you understand this, right? We need to ask yourselves, what activity makes us the most money and what stops us from doing 10 to 100 times more of that? If you ask yourself this question, you're gonna find the constraint, and then you're gonna apply leverage to the constraint by doing it more and by getting more for what you put in, okay? Now, what is the constraint for most people? For most people, it is usually that they don't have enough demand from their ideal clients. So they don't have enough leads that are qualified, and or if they do, it's not consistent. So there's a volatility. So it's like up 1 month, down 1 month, right? So if you had like 10 times more high quality leads, your dream clients that wanted to work with you, most likely you would be able to grow. There are some cases that you wouldn't be able to grow, and we'll discuss these cases as well when you are constrained by the delivery, right? You don't have enough supply, but we will talk about it a bit later. But this is one of the most common reasons, right? And the reason for this is that you are usually under-advertised and under-promoted. So simply said, not many people know about you and that you are good. right? That is it. That is literally the thing that stops you. This is 8 out of 10. This is the case for people. Now, the way that you solve this, and we're gonna have videos for this, like one by one. I know that it might be a bit too much because I'm talking about like big topic, but it's gonna make sense. Usually, what it comes down to is that you need to have a higher price and do more content or end ads or end outreach or end partnerships. That's it. This is 8 out of 10. This is the case. Because if you do this, then you will have more demand. If you have more demand from the right people, from your ideal clients, right? Then you will be able to charge more, work with better people, get them good results, and you'll have enough people to work with as well to make money so you can hire better people, so you can get better results. And again, it becomes a flywheel. This is usually what stops people. And when you ask yourself, well, why can't I do it? Do I identify the right constraint? Maybe you don't know what your ideal client is. Maybe it's the psychology that stops you from increasing your price. Maybe you are not putting more content out there because something else is taking care of your time. So you need to get rid of it. You need to simplify it to have time, to have mental space to focus on the thing that matters the most. And once you are focused on the things that matters the most, which is advertising more, you will get more demand and you can get more leads. So you can increase prices, dictate terms, have more demand, and grow. Now, for this to work, you need to stick to it and learn the skill of doing more of what works. Most people don't do this because they think that it's too simple. But the number one way that we generate our client results is always by this. It's identifying what have they done that made them money. What is that number one thing? Why can't they do 10 or 100 times more of that? What stops them from doing it? Removing the thing that stops them from doing it, and then they get better results. Because they are applying leverage to their constraint. And when you apply leverage to your constraint, you grow. And most people stay stuck because they are not applying leverage, they are being lazy, they are not thinking in the theory of constraints, and that's why they get stuck. But when you do this, when you ask yourself this question, and you identify the constraint, and you apply volume and consistency, you make it unreasonable for you to not win. If you ask yourself, what am I doing that makes you the most money? Let's say it's writing LinkedIn posts, and you ask yourself, what stops you from doing 100 times more of that? You think, oh, I can't make that many posts. Why? Because on one account, I can post, let's say, up to 2 times a day on LinkedIn. That's what's the best practice. Okay, great. Then can you make it 100 times better, the posts? No, why? Because I'm spending time on these, and these things that aren't working. Well, you need to cut those things and commit to the thing that's already working and take it to the next level. And if you do that and you become the best in LinkedIn, you will get 10 to 100 times more leads. This is the way that you think about it, okay? And most people don't do this is because it's too simple. They can't identify the right constraint. They don't focus on it. They don't think deeper in the second and third order consequences of what's actually stopping them from focusing more on that. And they don't do more, and they don't apply leverage to the constraint, and they don't stick to it for too long time, and that's why they don't win. That's literally the reason why people get stuck. And that's why it's important to identify your constraint so you can actually implement the profit system and grow, because nothing else matters. Just consuming more information, just like watching more videos is not going to help you to grow. This is what grows businesses. This is what allows you to get more clients and make them work more. This way of thinking, this philosophy, this implementation framework of the profit system. Now, a question about this is, if you're thinking about this and you think, okay, I asked myself the question, what is making me the most money? And if you haven't yet, please do. Ask yourself right now and think for 5 minutes, stop this video. What is the number one thing that you do that makes you the most money? And you ask yourself, why can't you do 10 to 100 times more of that? You will come up with answers. But these answers usually wouldn't be the right answers. They will be the surface level answers. Because our psychology, our identity, our laziness is gonna keep us from actually confronting what is the real truth that we need to do to get to the next level. And the mental framework that you can use for this is you can ask yourself, well, what would you do if you had to focus 10 or 100 times more on the thing that's already making you the most money? What would you have to do? If the life of your loved ones or your life depended on it, what would you do? And if you think in these terms, that's when the real answers come. Because then you stop limiting yourself and start expanding your brain. Instead of thinking it's not possible, you think, how would that potentially be possible? And that's where your brain searches for the answers, and the answers come as well. And what you can do here is you can do thinking time, which is you schedule 1 hour on your calendar every morning or in the evening or on at the lunch whenever you have time, and you do thinking time, which is a time where you sit and you think, what do I do to make money? This. Why can't I do 100 times more of this? Or why can't I focus on this 100 times more? Or why can't I make this 100 times better? Right? And you sit and you think about it, and you are not allowed to do anything else but to write down answers for anywhere from 30 minutes to 1 hour. It might sound boring, but that deep thinking process, that like ideation, that brainstorm is what's going to help you to go to the deep answers. And you don't have to judge yourself for the first answers that you write. You just need to keep writing. And once you keep doing it, the right answers are going to come. The first answer might not be the right answer, but your third, fourth, fifth thing that you write down might strike you immediately and you say, oh, this is it. This is what I need to do. What else you can do is you can do research. So you can do, okay, how is this person doing 100 times more? So let's say the number one thing that you can do to make more money is booking more sales calls. Well, are there people that have 10 or 100 times more sales calls? Yes. Well, what are they doing differently than you? Are they in the business for longer enough? Are they focused on content? Is their content better? Are they putting more effort into it? Do they take it more seriously? What is it that they do? So you do research. You can use AI, right? You can go into AI and say, this is what I do that makes me the most money. I want to do 10 or 100 times more and better of the same thing. What stops me from doing it? How can I do this? Give me 100 answers. And it gives you answers. Most of them won't be good, but it helps you to brainstorm, to have ideas that you take, you tweak, and then boom, once the right answer comes, it will strike you immediately. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.